Joined now by the head coach of the Mavericks, Mike Hastings. The Mavericks come off a two-game sweep from Ferris State this past weekend. Mike, your thoughts on the weekend and the weekend ahead to making this trip to Northern Michigan?
It was a solid weekend for us last weekend, coming off of our first series on break, and the schedule was kind to us from the standpoint of Ferris had been off for quite a bit of time, so it was important for us to get off to a good start. We did that and ended up finding a way to get a sweep on the weekend, which was very important to defend our home ice. And now we're going on the road to a place that's difficult to play. Also playing a team that's playing very well, threatening in a lot of different ways. Offensively, they're about as dangerous as we've faced here in the past few weeks. That's because of their depth up front. You look at the numbers with Crone and Vanderbeck and the group that they have. Power plays fourth in the country. I think overall they're third or fourth in offense in the entire country. I think they're playing very, very good hockey right at this time and feeling comfortable at home with the sweep against Colgate, and earlier they had swept Duluth at home. So I think they're playing with a lot of confidence, and for us to get any points this weekend, we're going to have to be prepared and be good when we're there.
Thanks for that, Mike. We have a couple of journalists on the line here. We're going to start with Kevin Dudley. Kevin, do you have a question for Mike?
Yeah, Mike, you talked about offensively what they do with the depth and with Crone and Vanderbeck. You guys have been so good defensively during this winning streak. Are you excited to see, what your team is going to do against the team with the kind of firepower that they have?
We'll be tested. Yeah, I think anytime we've gone up there, they've got the ability over the years to expose your weaknesses. The big sheet, they understand how to utilize it, time and space, but they don't change depending on what ice sheet they're on. They're going to be aggressive. They like to get their defensemen up into play. You're seeing Cosgrove start to put together some numbers that are very productive throughout the CCHA and week in and week out. And so for us, we're going to be tested because it's not just one unit as far as a line or one power play. They can spread it around a little bit, and I think we'll be tested, but we look forward to the opportunity of trying to find a way to get some points in a place that not a lot of people have been successful at.
Just a reminder, use the raise your hand feature if you do have a question. Kevin, do you have a follow-up?
Mike, Reggie Lutz was out of the lineup again last weekend. Just wonder if you could provide any update on him and any other guys who might be dealing with injuries right now.
Yeah, he'll be traveling with us. He's still day-to-day, and we're gonna continue on progress, which this last week's been good for him. But we're again, you travel, and when you travel, you're not in your own spot. We're not doing rehab the way that we're doing rehab here at the facility. So we'll see how that goes. But other than that, health-wise, we've got everybody available.
Cole Bulow, do you have a question?
Yeah, I got two of them. Coach, the game plan seemed to work very well last time the team played up against Northern Michigan. Is there anything you're wanting to establish to be more successful this upcoming weekend?
Yeah, the one thing about Northern is, I think they're incredibly well coached. Grant and their staff do a really good job at deciphering what you've done the weekend previous and even weekends before that, and then finding little cracks in your foundation and exposing them. So for us, we want to get off to a good start in the building, because when you're playing from behind against a team like that, I think that they just grow in confidence. So one, our start, and then two, our discipline. And last weekend, I thought our discipline was pretty good. You're going to have to stay out of the box if you want to be successful against Northern, because when you put that group of forwards in the defensive core that they have to be able to run on the power play, is very dangerous. You look at the number of power play goals that they've scored this season. And it's been a reason when they've had success, it's gone through the power play a little bit. So our discipline and our start are going to be two things that we're focused on.
Another question, Cole?
Yeah, I know I haven't, or the reporter at school hasn't been able to talk to you since we came back from break. So jumping back a week or so, how do you feel your locker room handled the news of you taking on the assistant coaching role for the upcoming Olympic Games?
Well, you know what, they were very supportive. I thought, we've got a close group in there and been with a few of them for going on 5 years now. And so they were very supportive and happy for myself to have the opportunity to represent our country at the Olympics. And then also I think, very comfortable. And what I mean by that is Todd Connaught and Paul Kirtland with the rest of the staff, Matt Schmidt, Scott Rideout, Tommy Ankrod, Luke Regner, our hockey ops. Our guys are comfortable because those guys are involved in our day-to-day, whether it's from the time they get to the rink to the time that they leave, preparation for practice. Both assistant coaches do a tremendous amount. Todd Connaught has built relationships with these young men over years, not just weeks. And Paulie's done a great job at integrating himself into our culture and our program. And I think our guys feel very comfortable about it because they know they're going to be taken care of and looked after. And, they're in really good hands. So we're all excited about what we've got this weekend. And there'll be some things that'll adjust to when I'm gone, but I think it'll be incredibly seamless.
Kevin, we have time for another question here from you if you have one.
Mike, obviously your Olympic assignment came out last week, but I'm not going to ask you to spoil anything, but there's been a lot of speculation about, a couple of your players possibly getting to join you. Just what is the thought of having, someone from MSU, a player, one of your players, representing their country at the games? What does that mean to you and the program?
Well, if that happens here through the selection process and then the athlete, be given that opportunity, I don't think it's any different than myself. You're honored to have an opportunity if that comes to fruition, and then you want to go and do and put your best foot forward and do everything that you can to not disappoint the people that give you the opportunity. But you know what? The one thing I feel comfortable about all the players that are under consideration, everybody wants to have an opportunity if you put on a pair of skates. Other than the National Hockey League, this is something that you even heard from players in the National Hockey League about how disappointed they were about not having the opportunity. So, if that is afforded to one or more of our players, I think you'll see the same support for those young men that there was for myself. And if that opportunity is there, I think you'll see some very happy players, because it's an honor and it's an opportunity you don't want to turn down.
Thanks, Mike. Safe travels and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Joined now by senior defenseman, alternate captain, Jack McNeely. Jack, congratulations on a great weekend. The Mavericks keep rolling. Your thoughts on this past weekend, and then looking forward to seeing the Mavericks play at Northern Michigan this weekend.
Yeah, for sure. It's two big wins for us. Obviously, we like playing on home ice in front of our fans. So I thought we put together two good games together. So some big points for us. And then looking forward to this weekend. It's going to be a tough series. Obviously, bigger ice surface there. They're a good team. They're well coached. So it's going to be a big challenge for us.
Cole Bulow and Kevin Dudley on the line here. Kevin, do you have a question for Jack?
Jack, I think you probably know about the offensive firepower that they bring to the table. What are going to be some of the keys to trying to slow down their depth as well as their top guys in their power play?
Yeah, for sure. We know their top forwards are very talented, and they like to create a lot off the rush. So, I think the only thing is just being us, being hard, our decor, making it hard on them. Having good sticks, finishing our checks, keeping them on the outside, and then our forwards has done a good job all year doing the same thing, making them go through us. So I think just a lot of the same as what we have been working on all year. So just being a hard team to play against. So,
Cole, do you have a question?
Yeah, Jack, we are exactly 2/3 of the way through the regular season. How do you think you and your teammates are feeling about the team and its progress going forward?
Yeah, I think we like the group we have. Been on a little bit of a roll here the last few weeks. So just looking to continue to grow as a team and look on areas we can continue to improve on. And obviously we know down the stretch it doesn't get any easier. So we just got to keep pushing and keep continuing to grow as a team.
Kevin, do you have another question?
Jack, as a decor, you guys have had so much success. Do you look forward to a matchup like this where you know you're going to be challenged? That's something that's really easy to get up for.
For sure, yeah. I mean, we see it a lot in practice every day. Our forwards are very skilled also, so we got a lot of practice with that. And definitely, I think it's something you look forward to is trying to shut down the other team. As a decor, I know we have that identity, so definitely looking forward to the challenge we have this weekend.
Kevin or Cole, anybody else have a question? Go ahead, Kev.
Jack, we saw some pretty fancy stick handling on Nathan Smith's goal with you assisting. Maybe talk about that play and getting a chance to join up on the offense a little bit, because normally you're kind of pigeonholed back there with mostly a defensive role.
Yeah, just it keyed him in a nice defensive pass to me, and I just had some open ice. Honestly, just looked. I'm usually just trying to take a stride and look for somebody up the ice, but just saw it an opening, and yeah, I don't know, it looked a little bit different on video than what I thought it was in my head, but I think it looked a little bit better than I thought. But yeah, just took some ice on the Smitty, did a good job of finding the soft area getting open. So just good to help out pitching offensively a little bit.
Cole, here's your opportunity for a final question. Okay, thanks very much, Jack. Good luck this weekend. Safe travels, and let's keep it rolling.
Thank you.